Hello and welcome to this week's tarot reading for all air signs. I hope this finds you well. I trust you'll use your own intuition as your primary instrument of resonance. Leave behind what does not reverberate. Tarot does not tell the future. The only thing that determines your future is how you react, reflect, and respond to the messages herein. In front of me, I have the Sun card and the Mysticism card, the Gold card, the Empress, the Page of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Chariot in reverse, and the Eight of Swords. And I'm just going to start with the Sun card and the Mysticism card. And just off the bat here, I might as well include the Chariot here being indicative of the moon. So we have the moon and the sun here. The eclipse is coming up, something to be drawing your attention towards. But the Sun card is our vitality. It is your expression into the world. It's your creative drive. It's your light that others can bask in, or it can also be the light that destroys. As we know, the sun has that property about it which can destroy things. You know, you leave something out in the sun way too long and it starts to deteriorate. So we're talking about your expression, the sun. Maybe look into your chart and see where your sun is placed. Both Vedic and tropical astrology will give insight into who you are and your expression and how you want to be seen by the world. That's the sun. It's the light. It's the light that gives brilliance and also inspires others as well. That's another thing. Who you are and how you shine in the world inspires others to recognize themselves, to recognize you, to recognize their qualities and their form as well, because the sun gives form to this reality. Without the sun, without the light, it would just be darkness, and we would not be able to distinguish these forms. We would not be able to distinguish the contrast. So that is the Sun card here. Looking to the sun, what house is it sitting in? Are there any transits happening over your sun? And if they are, you know, that's something to contemplate during this eclipse. And with the Chariot being here, it's really drawing the attention towards the eclipse. You know, how are you going to emerge on the other side of this cycle? The other card here is the Mysticism card, and this is a Jungian kind of take on mysticism. You know, the vision or the primeval darkness, the primeval soup from which everything comes from, the origin of everything. And it's very interesting that the cards here are the sun and then of course the darkness of the primeval soup. So it's really bringing about that contrast within yourself and realizing here with the Empress and the Gold card that there are so many riches inside of you that you can show to the world and people want to see of you. And it's that equalizing of those forces that you have to kind of do, especially as an air sign. You're that equalizing force. You really need to find a way to show or to exhibit your expression, but also, you know, what is it to you personally? You know, what do you really value in of yourself? And I just see this here with the Page of Swords being the earthly part, the airy part of Earth. You know, how are you going to, how are you going to express that part of you, and especially those with sun sitting in air signs? You know, how are you going to bring that quality down from the ethereal into the mundane, into the earthly matters, into what people can see in this reality? And how are you going to create things and express yourself in that way? And again, back to the Empress and the Gold card, there is a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of brilliance within you that is just ripe for sowing and ripe for harvesting, and it's always the right season for you in your internal world. It's always exactly right. It's like porridge, you know, it's not too hot, not too cold. It's always just right. It's always just what you need at that time. And the Two of Wands here, you know, the world is your oyster. You're looking out onto the world. You're looking with enthusiasm and inspiration and going, this is what I can contribute. This is what I am destined to do. And these are all the tools that I have and the passion that I have. And the Two of Wands is that balance of passion and drive, energy and dedication. And yeah, we really see that kind of happening here. And the drive, or the ability to move away from things that limit you, is seen here with the Chariot card and the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is the last part of the tarot, in terms of it's a mutable sign here. And Geminis especially may feel this, that you are coming to the point of realizing that you are in control of your destiny. You're in control of how you deal with the world, how you react and respond to the world, and that you can free yourself from any limitations. And you can do that through many different means, through self-talk, motivation, affirmations, hypnosis, just talk therapy, talking to other people, and getting a wider view of the world so that you can adapt and prepare, and getting all these different points of view, and communicating, especially with Geminis here, communicating with others and really talking can help you get out of these binds with the Eight of Swords here, and realize, I just need to feel my way out of this, and it's not as hard as I make it out to be. And that movement may be slow at first with the Chariot here in reverse, but it is enduring, and it is that power to control the feminine and the masculine, the Boaz and Jachik, I should say. Got that mixed up. But to control the power to go and the power to stay still, and to know when to use these different attributes within inside yourself, the dark and the light. And there's such a wealth inside of you with the Empress here, and there's so much potential there. And there is a visionary kind of feel to this reading, especially with the Sun. It gives that vision. It allows us to understand the world around us, and it allows us to make sense of the details as well. Maybe you have been getting caught up in the details and you haven't seen the forest for the trees, or maybe it's the other way around and you've been too broad and you really need to look at the details and look at the intricacies, the subtleties of what makes up the whole. So that is your reading for this week, is to really see how you can equalize these things within inside of you, and to feel inspired. I feel like really inspired to go out into the world and to venture. That might be so much as just leaving your house this week, or seeing a friend that you haven't seen, or doing those projects that you have been putting off for so long, or trying something new, or maybe just shooting your shot in whatever way, and just seeing the world as an endless opportunities. And even if you are rejected or there are limits put upon you, you can rework them, you can remaster them, you can redefine those limitations with the Eight of Swords here. You can get out of any bind that you find yourself in if you apply the right attitude and the right resources as well. And all of those resources, like I said, are well within you and within everyone around you. So looking to other people's opinions or guidance or anything like that, especially with the Page of Swords here, it just says that there is messages coming in that are kind of going to cut away the bullshit for you, going to cut away these binds, these limitations, these shackles that you find yourself in. And I think the eclipse is going to be a very interesting time for you, and a really pivotal moment in your development, personal, physical, mentally and emotionally here. and really just tapping back into that darkness. And we see the darkness happening with the eclipse, with the solar eclipse. Rahu eating the sun goes into darkness. What does that mean? What does it mean when we expose things to the light and when we conceal them in darkness? And I always think about an eclipse like a shutter on a camera. We need both the darkness and the light in order to get that result of the photograph. And what photograph do you want to create? What memory, what moment in time do you want to create or recreate or revisit? And the solar eclipse is just that. It's a moment in time, a snapshot in time. And I always say to people, maybe take a photo of yourself around the eclipse so that next eclipse in 6 months' time, you can look back and see, wow, I've come so far in such a little amount of time. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for listening. Bye.